What's going on, everybody? We're back with another episode of the Inspired Geeks Podcast, and we're actually going to be talking about all the good stuff that's been going on at E3 this week. But I'm actually here with two special guests, two new members of the Inspired Geeks Podcast crew, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
My name is Jonathan Savells.
Name is Will Morton II. Glad to be here.
All right. And they are big video game fans, as am I. E3 is like, for those of you that don't know, E3 is like the Super Bowl for video games. This is where companies kind of announce the big games that's coming out for the rest of the year and going into next year, announcing new consoles and all that good stuff. So there's a lot to talk about. So I guess y'all guys want me to kick it off and kind of give my thoughts of...
Piggyback off those.
Okay, so Sunday, I believe it was, Microsoft opened it up. Sony actually opted to not do a press conference this year. That was a bit disappointing in my opinion. But Microsoft was the sole company to do a live demonstration. And from what I saw, it was just their usual fare. I do own a PlayStation and a Nintendo Switch, so I'm not trying to be a fanboy here. And I used to be a huge 360 guy. I love Gears, I love Halo, but I kind of shifted to the PlayStation just because a lot of my friends shifted that way.
Came to the right side.
Yeah, I came to the right side, I think so too. And I love the exclusives. But I think Microsoft actually did good this year. I mean, there weren't anything that was terribly exciting. They announced a whole bunch of indie games. And the only exclusives that they really announced was Halo Infinite, which will be a launch title for the next Xbox in 2020, and Gears of War 5, which is coming out in September. Now, I played Gears religiously. I don't know about y'all. Did y'all ever play Gears?
Yeah, I dabbled in it a couple times. I never had an Xbox, but all my homies had the Xbox. It was all Halo in high school. But Gears is like that. That was my first introduction to real visceral gore in a shooting game.
Yeah,
I remember watching I was just watching TV one day and I just saw the trailer come on and I was like, what is this? And I see Dom, what's his name? Dominic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see him go against this big old spider creature with 20 eyes. I'm like, yo, what is this game? And I played it and I was like, yo, this is crazy. And the multiplayer online, bananas. Everybody running around with chainsaws.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And, people online used to actually get mad when you got into the little chainsaw duels. They'll call you a noob and all that other stuff. But I used to do it a lot because it was cool to me. And that's a big game. So I probably, even though I don't have an Xbox currently, I may pick up Xbox One just to play this game. That's how big of a Gears fan I am. And then the other big game that came out from Microsoft was Cyberpunk 2077, which looks really cool. It's starring Keanu Reeves, who is having a big year. He was in John Wick this year. He's going to be in Toy Story 4.
Yes.
Yeah, you didn't know he's going to be in
What's the character?
He's playing a new character, Duke Kaboom or something like that.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, the gameplay for that looks really cool, and I can't wait to pick that up. And then the new Xbox is coming out next year. I think it's going to be pretty cool. But I heard, not to be a fanboy again, I heard the PS5 is supposed to be more powerful.
Game.
But if Microsoft can kind of step up the game and release more exclusives other than Halo, Forza, and Gears, I might jump on board with it. I don't know what y'all think about that.
It's a possibility with me. Like I said earlier, I've never had an Xbox. Me and my friends used to argue. It's get away from me. You can come through if you're trying to play some Sony games. It's nah, I'm only on that Halo wave. But like you said, I remember when Killer Instinct came out. Huge Killer Instinct fan. I was this close to getting the Xbox One solely for KI, but I was like, nah, chill.
Yeah.
But it's a possibility. Gears looks amazing. It's never let me down yet.
Yeah, it hasn't. I played my cousin's Xbox One when Gears 4 came out, and I was over his house every day online playing that because I was like, I don't want to spend $250 just for an Xbox to play this, but since you got it, can I come over?
What's family for?
That's what family's for, man. But yeah, the other stuff that they announced at the Microsoft press conference, just a whole bunch of indie games. And I mean, I love the game industry, and I'm mad props to anybody that makes indie games, but they aren't really my cup of tea. There's a few that I've played, and I think it's pretty interesting, but those are the kind of games I kind of ignore. I know that's kind of bad for a gamer to say. I'm more into the, mainstream games, unless it's like an indie game like I play some of the horror ones like Emily Wants to Play just for the scares or live screens on that. But
smart man.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that was basically the biggest news. They just announced a whole bunch of multi-plats and games that'll be also on PS4 and their new console that's coming out next year. I mean, it was cool, but if I had to give it a grade, I'd probably give it a C+. I don't know if y'all...
barely above average.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I expect more from Xbox.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys had any extra thoughts on Microsoft or what y'all saw from or heard from Microsoft in their press conference.
I mean, me personally, I've been down with Xbox since day one, since the big, humongous controllers that actually fit my hands.
Yeah.
Not the ones that they have right now, even though I can still play with them. Mm-hmm. But like growing up, I was a big like PlayStation person as well. Like I grew up on like Tekken 3, what else? Spyro, stuff like that. And it's just like it's kind of hard to pick a side per se because I want both systems, you know.
Yeah.
But it's just like Sony has so much more, like they have so much more in their library than Xbox does,
right?
You know? So
you just answer your question. Come on, man.
One of these days,
yeah.
One of these days, I'm probably just gonna say, "Yo, like I'm sorry, Xbox, I got to go with Sony," you know. And I don't know.
Yeah,
but it depends. It depends on what happens.
Yeah,
with, Xbox.
So I agree. Willie.
I'll wait for y'all. If you get an Xbox,
okay.
If you get an Xbox, I'll get one with you.
Right,
nice and used from Craigslist from the creep dude down the corner for like $50.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like what John was saying. I was a huge 360 guy. I know I kind of said that before. That was kind of my first online console. I was a PS2, N64 back in the day. But once I got the internet, I switched over to the 360. That was around when that came out, and that's when I fell in love with Gears and Halo and all that good stuff. But if Microsoft can step it up with the exclusives, like John was saying, like Sony just has those exclusives that you really want to play, like Last of Us, Uncharted, the Spider-Man exclusive that was amazing last year. If you haven't played that, pick it up. It's actually on sale for $20 this week.
Start to play.
Yeah. And then out the other conferences that I saw, because there was a lot, but I'm going to have to talk about Square Enix because last night,
on my shirt. Come on.
Yeah, the big one, the long-awaited Avengers game. They released some footage of it. I was blown away by it. I saw people online having mixed reviews. I'm guessing they only are familiar with Marvel through the movies. I mean, that's cool if you know that's why you got to introduce to Marvel. But for me, I loved what I saw, and it's going to be a long year wait. And then, Final Fantasy VIII, the remaster. I pretty much muted everything in my room. I was watching something else, and when I saw them talking about that, I was like, what? So, yeah, that was like the two doozies for me last night. What are y'all thoughts on that?
Same on this one. I saw that Square Enix and Marvel banner come across the screen.
Yeah.
The graphics look stunning. The characters don't mirror the actors from the Marvel universe at all, which is totally fine by me. They're their own beings. Like Captain looks older. Like Tony looks more mature. It looks crazy. The gameplay looks amazing.
Yeah.
But the graphics, I can't get over how smooth it looks. Like,
yeah,
it's gonna be an amazing video game. Final Fantasy VIII also, and also I know they've been pushing Final Fantasy VII forever. Finally got a release date. Hyped for that remake. I can't wait.
Yeah. John?
Man. Because we watched this trailer yesterday, and Oh my gosh! Like he can attest for me. I was dumb hype. I was extremely hyped for that game. To see my favorite character in the Marvel universe, like just be put in a video game like that. Yeah. Like I played all the Marvel vs. Capcom games, but to see actually Hulk like go in and do the Gamma Charge and all that, like, dude, like you can't beat that. Yeah. You know, and it's just like even when the trailer dropped and I saw Square Enix and then I saw the Stark Tower, I mean, I automatically knew what was going to happen, but like it's so much energy behind that game right now. Yeah. And there's so much anticipation. I can't wait for it to be released because I already know that I'm going to get it. Yeah. You know? But I just hope they don't just put it on, PlayStation.
I hope they do. You should have jumped on the train a while ago.
Don't worry, it is not a PlayStation exclusive. It is on Xbox and PC. But us PS4 players will get the beta first. So,
see, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Right. So that's the cool part. And another thing that I caught in the trailer, if you played the PS4 Spider-Man game, there's rumors that the Square Enix and Insomniac Spider-Man game might be connected in a Marvel gaming universe, kind of like the movie. So that's maybe pretty cool because if you played the game, there's a little Easter egg when you take a picture of Avengers Tower. Spider-Man says they are on the West Coast, and in the Square Enix game, that's where the Avengers are. They opened up a new Avengers Tower in San Francisco. So that could be really cool.
I'm all for it.
Wow.
Yeah. So
as Will said, man, that Spider-Man PS4 game took a lot of hours out of my life, and it was well worth it.
Yes. I don't want to spoil that game. It also had a very bold ending. It killed off a major character in Spider-Man's life. And if you know Spider-Man, that might be a spoiler just about me saying that.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, disclaimer. But the game's amazing. Amazing game. And like John was saying, when I saw the footage of like the Hulk doing the Gamma Charge on the bridge and all this stuff, and I heard it's going to be 4-player co-op online. They're going to add more characters as time goes on. Hopefully for free. No loot boxes, please. I'm just hyped. I did read today while I was at work. Some fans aren't pleased with the character models. Some people are saying Black Widow looks like Lord Farquaad from Shrek.
Oh no, not the chin.
So what y'all think about the character models in that? I mean,
now that you say that, it's kind of funny because it kind of brings me back to when Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite came out, and then everyone was just dogging on Chun-Li because Chun-Li her face just looked really distorted.
She looked like a thing in the face. It's like, why are you blocking like that?
I was like, fix it. And they kind of fixed it a little bit, but the game was still a little bit trash.
It was too late.
It was way too late.
I mean, we also got to take consideration it's the beta. We saw
true
that could have been the first motion shot they ever had of the whole game. It's like we have, like you said, ways away until it's released, way before you can see a demo or real gameplay. What we saw was stock footage of what E3's coming out. We'll give you this. We'll get the fans hyped. So it's give us some time. For the longest time, all we saw was Captain Shield and Square Enix in the background.
True, very true. Yeah. And I feel the same. I was the game's it's still a whole year out. This is probably in the alpha stage still. It looked a little rough in the gameplay trailer. You can still they're still working on it. So I'm still hyped for it. I don't know what the trolls are talking about. If you're a Marvel fan, you should be hyped for this game too. And then the Final Fantasy thing happened, and I was just like, okay, Square Enix, you going for the mic drop here.
Most definitely.
So when I saw those two games, I'm like, there goes my whole next year. Y'all ain't gonna see me anymore. But yeah, I think Square Enix did a phenomenal job with their conference. The games announced. Solid A for me. I don't know what y'all want to give that one.
I'll definitely give them a smooth A.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
especially coming after Microsoft.
Yeah, Microsoft.
It was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, they're oh, thank God.
Yeah. And then the last conference that the big one, which happened today, actually was Nintendo Direct. While they didn't do a live stage presentation, they did do a live stream. And there is a lot to talk about with Nintendo. They weren't messing around this year. They picked up the slack. I guess they were what's it saying? They told Microsoft kind of hold my beer while we do this kind of thing. So some cool things like Smash Brothers, Banjo-Kazooie is going to be a playable character coming soon. Resident Evil 5 and 6 are coming to the Switch in the fall. We got, Marvel versus, Ultimate, what is it?
Ultimate Marvel Alliance.
Yeah, Alliance
3.
coming out this summer. Black Order. And a sequel to Breath of the Wild, which is what I'm excited about. I just finished Breath of the Wild.
Right on time.
Right on time. That game is massive, but, it took me a while, but it's awesome. And they're doing a remake of Link's Awakening, too, which looks really cool.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know. Like, Nintendo just wasn't messing around there either. What are y'all thoughts on that?
Man, look.
Yeah.
I thought the last conference was a breath of fresh air. And then Nintendo came through and was like, let me just eat for these kids because clearly I don't know what the gamers want. When I tell you I've wanted Banjo-Kazooie and Super Smash Brothers since 64, and I just knew he was going to be in the GameCube one, I was like, Melee, you got to do it. All right. Ganondorf's cool, Zelda's lit. Brawl, you got to do it. Okay. Olimar's cool. Maybe the next one, Cloud's lit. Real. We getting somewhere.
Yeah.
What is it? 10 years? Almost something like that? It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's been way too long.
Yeah.
Banjo-Kazooie was my second Nintendo 64 game, and to this day, it's still in rotation. Like, the fighting style they look amazing. It's not that Microsoft trash that they tried to make him look like. He looks true to soul, true to character. Dragon Quest is cool too. I'm just not hip to that particular game, but Banjo-Kazooie, I'm all for it. You're getting all my money, Nintendo. I'm sorry. Like Will said, I thought I was going to be locked in my room with the last conference, but Nintendo Direct shutting it down as usual, man. Sakurai, salute.
Shout out to Doug Bowser.
Exactly.
My thoughts on that too. Like, I'm a big Smash Bros. Fan. Been that way since N64 days, and like Willie said, like we prayed for this day for so long, and it's just like now that Banjo is actually in Smash Brothers Ultimate, we kind of knew that it was kind of going to happen because Ultimate, like you got to have an extensive roster,
right?
Like you have to have a big roster for that game if you're calling it Ultimate. Mm-hmm. Like you better put everybody in your Nintendo genre up in there and just throw them all in there,
True.
But yeah, I haven't really played Dragon Quest ever before. But what's his name? The Hero.
Yeah, the Hero. Yeah.
His little variations and all that. They seem pretty dope. Like I'm kind of hyped for that, But also Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
I'm a big Luigi's Mansion fan. Played it back in 2001 when it first came out as a kid. Like I was blown away by that game on GameCube, and then I haven't played the second one, but the third one should be pretty big.
Yeah.
By the looks of it, they got Mario and the whole squad up in there, so I'm like, all right,
I'm all
cool.
for it. I was never hip to it, but I know what it did for the GameCube, so I'm excited. Super Mario Maker 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I am way too excited for that. Banjo-Kazooie was the highlight of my day, but I'm so excited for Super Mario Maker 2 at the end of June. I'm definitely copying immediately. Local multiplayer and online. I cannot wait for just to get the homies together and just go through a bunch of custom made levels.
Wait, is it this month?
June 21st, I believe.
Yeah, so we got about 2 couple weeks to go. Yeah.
Yeah, June 21st is a lot. There's a lot dropping June 21st.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nintendo.
Nintendo, keep doing your thing, man.
Yeah.
I know we asked for a lot, but you keep providing.
They do. And they actually said that they are not releasing a next-gen console because the Switch is doing so well. Good. And, this kind of proves it. Even though it's the weakest of the consoles of the PlayStation and Xbox, for me, for a long while, I was playing my Switch more than both of those consoles. Well, I only own a PS4, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. Yeah. And, with Smash Brothers coming out and all these different games coming out, I can see myself playing it more than my PS4, even though I love my PS4. So Nintendo is definitely on it. So kudos to them for this year alone, just all the games they release. And then, the standard games that I've heard about, the next Call of Duty. At this point, I only buy Call of Duty because all of my gaming friends have it. It's just the standard game you get just because everybody you meet, you like, you got to get Call of Duty. Yeah. So
nobody really cares about the campaign. It's just more
they
more
don't.
So multiplayer. Yeah.
No, but I did see some gameplay of that. They are bringing back the single player campaign this year, and they're just calling it Modern Warfare. So I'm like, is this just a remake of COD4 or what you're doing? But it looks cool enough for me. I do play it just because, like I said, all my friends have it. And then some other games came out too that I'm trying to remember. So
one for me was it's called Rainbow Siege Quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been like a fan, not to like diss it or anything. I just never played Rainbow Siege, but Rainbow Siege Quarantine. It looks like they're introducing zombies into it, and it just gave me like Resident Evil flashbacks. So I'm like, hey, capitalize on that zombie train. Why not? It looks cool. Look, I'll mess with the demo if one of the homies have it. I'll try it. But Shenmue 3 is coming out.
Yes.
Big classic.
That is a classic.
My older cousin owned that game on the Dreamcast, and I remember watching him to the wee hours of the night, just beating up people with quick action moves. I just love those quick time events in Shenmue, man. I can't wait for that game. That also looks nice.
Yeah, it does. I remember that was like one of the first Dreamcast games that I got. The weird thing is, I got it I got some other game for Christmas for the Dreamcast, and then the next day I returned it, and the guy at GameStop like, hey, try Shenmue. I'm like, what's this Japanese game? So I took it home, and I was like, man, this might be whack. And then I started getting into it, and I was like, dang, this is dope. I was like, like 13 or whatever back in the day when it came out. That's how I fell in love with Shenmue, and I'm hyped for the long-awaited Shenmue 3 that is... I think it got delayed, though. When did it get delayed?
I'm not sure about that, but...
Yeah. It got delayed at some point, I think. I think it's still coming out...
2020.
I think next year.
Early next year?
Yeah, early next year. Probably around, like, March.
It's past next year. That's a long delay. Dang.
Yeah.
I mean, they did it for Cyberpunk, because Cyberpunk's not coming out until April next year, so...
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's 2020, though. I was saying, if they delayed Shenmue, we've been talking about Shenmue since, like, 2017. Like, they were, like, I think that's sort of, like, the date they started, like, the Patreon. They're like, help us make Shenmue 3, and then... If it wasn't last year's E3, maybe 2017 when they were, like, possibly Shenmue. Whenever Ukulele came out, it was around that time. But I'm excited for Shenmue 3. Just a big classic. Sega is coming back up with a little resurgence, like Sonic and Mario the Olympic Games. I'm like, Sega, do your thing. Yeah. I'm like, do it big, Sega. We need you. I'm all for Sonic love.
we do need some Sonic love. I don't know if y'all heard about the movie. Kind of off topic. That was that is a whole nother discussion. But the design was a little controversial, and the movie got pushed back a couple months because of that.
Listening to the fans.
Listening to the fans.
Oh, another one, just to jump back on E3, was Jedi Fallen Order.
Right.
Star Wars fans in the building.
I am.
I was just about to say that.
I was like, we missing a gem.
Yeah. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Grew up with it. My dad introduced me to it when I was growing up. One of the few black folks that used to get into Star Wars. So it was kind of weird because like none of my friends or family members are really into it until now with the newer movies. But Fallen Jedi looks amazing. And when I saw the footage, what was it? I think that was Saturday too. I was like, this looks like Force Unleashed, but better. Like refined and better. More cinematic. I like how the gameplay is a little bit slower, but it looks more real, if that makes sense. The graphics also just look phenomenal. And they got the actor that played Joker in Gotham to play one of the lead character in the game. So that's cool. I just really hope EA doesn't screw it up. I was disappointed with Star Wars Battlefront 2. What was it, last year before last? There was nothing wrong with it fundamentally. It's just the loot boxes and gameplay-wise, the loot boxes were totally way too much, and I was just killed the community. And I'm like, but the campaign, the story was actually pretty good. Like it fit into the Star Wars canon. It led up to Last Jedi. So I'm hoping this kind of expands on Order 66 and all that good stuff. So I don't know. I know y'all are hyped about it too.
Oh yeah, big,
yeah,
big time. Star Wars fan as well. Like you said, I grew up on it too. But I actually got put on when I think it was The Phantom Menace when it first came out. Yeah. My mom said, "Let's go to the movies. You want to see Star Wars?" I was like, "Yeah, let's go."
Yeah.
So ended up falling like deep within it. One of my favorite characters is Darth Maul, hands down. The Fallen Order. They said it's supposed to be following after Order 66. Like all the Jedi's are gone, and you have this sole, survivor or whatever. You're playing the campaign and this, that, and the other. What got me hooked on it was also the fact that they said there's no loading screens at all. It's all open world, everything. And I'm just like, hey, more power to you guys, for doing that. Because I don't like loading screens. I hate loading screens.
Yeah, that makes it all more immersive too. I'm just hoping that they also stick to their promise of no loot boxes for this, and they said free DLC. So let's hope we keep it up, EA. Like, make good on your promise, because you failed miserably with Star Wars Battlefront 2. You made a lot of people mad and all that good stuff.
Yeah, they raged.
Yeah, rage quit hard on that game.
Suffered for it too.
Yeah, like even when you have the president of Disney calling your game studio saying remove the loot boxes, you messed up. So
they had Mickey Mouse come and Mickey Mouse come out the cut.
The president of Disney calling up EA saying, "Hey, what's this noise about loot boxes and all this?" So I was like, "Wow, y'all really messed up. Somebody got fired."
Big time, yeah.
Somebody got fired.
But about that loot box though, because I have Battlefront 2, and I noticed like you got to have a certain amount of points or something to get the characters. Bro, it was like 30,000 credits for one character.
Yeah,
and that's it. That's all you get.
Yeah,
and you got to keep playing.
I played through all those missions, got all those 3 stars, and I didn't even get maybe 1,500. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's too much.
I stopped once I unlocked Darth Vader, and that took forever. And then it was like, there's Yoda, Luke, Han, Chewbacca. I was like, good grief, this is going to take me about 2 years.
They just put out Anakin.
Yeah.
Anakin, Dooku, Obi-Wan, those kind of characters.
Grievous.
Yeah. So, it's like the only person I got close to unlocking to was Anakin.
They just got EA. Being EA getting greedy. Like, if the grind isn't worth it, people aren't going to play it. Like,
exactly.
Yeah. But overall, I'm sure we're probably missing some things. There was so much news coming out of E3. I'm getting some other stuff.
Got you.
Yeah.
There was a Dragon Ball project.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Kakarot finally got a name for it. I don't know if that's the final name or not, but at first it was Dragon Ball RPG. So I guess it's now called Dragon Ball Kakarot. That looks different. I'm definitely interested. I'm still loving Dragon Ball Fighter Z. So anything Dragon Ball related, I'm probably going to put money towards. And it's an RPG. I never played a Dragon Ball Z RPG before, but from the looks of it, it looks like more on the realms of a Kingdom Hearts type RPG than a turn-based RPG. So I'm like, that's perfect for Dragon Ball Z. Just give me all the fighting visuals and tell me when to press a Doken. I mean, Kamehameha.
I was like, Street Fighter. Yeah.
Yeah, give me that Street Fighter DBZ, please.
Yeah.
Oh.
Doom.
Bethesda had an amazing conference.
Yeah, I was about to say, when you mentioned it, Doom. Yeah, Doom Eternal. Looks really fantastic. Yeah.
Crazy. Did you play the first one?
I did. I played it actually twice. The 2016 reboot. Yeah, I played it on my PS4 and then I bought it for my Switch too. So
got you.
Yeah.
Man likes a challenge.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Just to have that multiplayer on the go is pretty cool too. Even though the community is kind of dead on the Switch now, sadly.
Can't stand with that.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, because they get all upset because, like, for example, MK11 on the Switch, they're like, Like the graphics are trash. I'm like,
it looks good from what I saw.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Like,
no,
you can carry it around with you and play it. Like, I'll take that any day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Switch has a good output. People just
yeah,
against Nintendo.
Like,
to keep everybody happy.
What is it? Breath of the Wild looks amazing, as well as Super Mario Odyssey. That blew me away.
Super Mario Odyssey did look fantastic.
Yeah.
I know. I never personally owned it. I'm trying to get that. There's a deal now. I think it's 33% off because of E3. I might have to cop, but like Will said, those graphics are stunning. I didn't know Mario could look so pretty.
Nintendo, like, they put the effort in their first party titles. They look fantastic.
You came and went, man. GameCube was here for a good while.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the Wii was here for a good while. The Wii U came, and then the Switch was born when the Wii U was still like making games. That's crazy.
Right. Yeah, and I actually found out something else today when I was looking at E3 news. Did y'all know that whoever makes those Just Dance games, they still are making games for the Wii? Like, the Just Dance 2020, it's coming out for the Wii this year. And I'm like, I wish I didn't sell my Wii because, like, my parents loved the Wii bowling and all that other stuff. And I'm like, y'all still making games for the Wii? I'm like, well, I should go try to find a used one somewhere or something.
Word. Oh,
Yeah.
I need to dust mine off and take it out the attic.
You still got yours?
Yeah, it's upstairs, man.
Yeah.
I mean, upstairs in the attic, collecting all types of dust now. The only reason it was still in rotation because I was big into, like, modding Super Smash Bros. Brawl. So, like, Project M was still big.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, it was rap. The Wii U came out. And Super Smash came out. And then I bought that.
Yeah.
Man, they're still capitalizing off the first Wii. Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo.
I still got mine too. I got all the accessories. We bought the bowling ball.
Yeah,
everything with the tennis rackets and all that, man.
I'm about to get Wii Fit.
Yeah, man.
I had Wii Fit. My whole family did. That led to a lot of hilarious moments, especially with doing the weigh-ins.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
The boxing one too.
Yeah, and the boxing game and bowling game. I really missed that, and I really wish I did not trade my Wii in when I had it. I don't know. I can't even remember why I traded it in either. I think it was probably for PS4, so maybe that was a good reason.
Yeah. If it's for Sony, it's always good.
Y'all want to know something crazy?
Yeah.
So my brother actually won a PS4. I think it was like 3 years ago or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess nobody else in my family was big on video games. So my brother, being the secret one that he is, decided to go on and trade it in to get his new Xbox. And I was like, we had a whole PS4 in our house, and you sold it. How dare you? And I was shook.
For the more
that could have been mine.
Console.
Oh, man.
Sad day to spell.
Yeah. But yeah, one of my bucket lists, this is also still sort of E3 discussion, and I actually found this out today. This might be old news to some of you, but E3 is public now, so you can actually go there to LA whenever it's happening and kind of check out the games yourself. When I was growing up, I used to have to watch G4 and all that good stuff to kind of find out what was going on. X-Play. yes. I missed that show in G4 in general.
Same. Cinematic. Nocturnal Missions. I miss those shows.
So, that's one of my bucket lists. I just would love to actually go and kind of experience a Sony panel, a Microsoft panel, and all that good stuff too. So, hopefully one day. Maybe our podcast will be out there in LA pretty soon.
Hey, doing it big.
Yeah. Doing it pretty big. But yeah, let's kind of wrap it up unless I'm forgetting any other big announcements. I know I had studied up before I came, so I was not unprepared. But yeah, either y'all got anything I might have missed talking about with E3? Any game announcements?
Not a game announcement, but Devolver, as usual, did their thing at the conference and took shots at everybody else. I think they had a whole spoof on the Nintendo Direct, and they just went in. There was a lot of gore, a lot of jokes, a lot of cussing.
Well, they kind of cut the cussing out.
There was a lot of cussing prior to. I think they're
right.
just making a whole spoof of like Nintendo being air quotes more kid friendly, but it was hilarious. I think the Messenger for Devolver coming out, and Carrion.
Carrion.
And, the reverse horror game. You're like an alien type symbiote, and then you're eating the humans. It looks real visceral, real crazy.
That's a AAA game or indie game?
Very indie.
Very indie? Oh.
Very indie.
Okay.
It's kind of like, what's his name? Not a Hero?
No More Heroes?
No More Heroes? Was it?
Sort of.
Yeah. I mean, I can't remember.
No More Heroes 3 dropping also.
Oh, really?
When is that coming out?
I'm not sure, but that was also today with the Nintendo Direct. No More Heroes 3 with the guy with the beam sword, right?
No, I'm talking about little characters.
Oh, I'm talking about the beam sword. No, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about remember the little characters with the president, and he had like a mask.
Oh yeah, that's also from Devolver.
I
got you. I'm not a hero, or something like that. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Nintendo, another rumor that I think it was either on GameSpot or IGN. People were talking about since Banjo-Kazooie is popping up in Smash Brothers, maybe Marvel characters might pop in eventually. Some other deals. I'm really hoping maybe Spider-Man to come in. That'll be pretty dope. So if that were to happen, which characters y'all would like to see? Like Marvel, DC? Basically, they're saying anything is game now that, Banjo-Kazooie kind of is making a jump. So what do y'all think?
Maybe different variations of the Kongs, maybe? Like Cranky Kong, Funky, all them. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I wouldn't mind seeing my man Knuckles in that game. Like, honestly, being such a... I know I'm just trying to stray away from being a fanboy also, but, like, I'm so biased to Sega. I know he's an assist trophy, but it's like, it would just warm my heart if you would just put... He's perfect. He's a fighter. Like, come on, man. I would love to see Knuckles in there. Maybe more original Pokemon. That'd be cool, too. I understand where they're going because in the newer Pokemon games, you want newer Pokemon to advertise your game coming out, but... I would love to bring back, like, Squirtle with the sunglasses from the show, maybe more cosmetics, like, anything. But I'm happy as is. Keep doing your thing, Super Smash, because Banjo-Kazooie, I would never think in a million years, with, like, the Rare and Microsoft owning them.
Hey, we might see Conquer.
You never know. If you got Rare people, we might get that golden now. Like, the possibilities are endless now. It's like you really just bridge that gap that we thought was impossible.
Right.
It's like Sony and Marvel. It's like we're never going to see them happen. And it's like, no, we bought out. We're cool now.
Yeah. I mean, even when Smash Bros. Brawl came out and Snake was announced, like from Metal Gear, that blew my mind because I'm a huge Metal Gear guy. Love that series. It's sad to see it. I think it might be dead now.
Oh, that's true.
But yeah, like if they can kind of go, left with Smash, like I said, I would love to see some Marvel characters. I'd love to see Spider-Man in Smash. Disney let that happen. That's money for y'all.
For real.
But yeah, that is it for me with this discussion. This was pretty cool. This is actually our first podcast with guests, so it was actually a little bit more lively instead of you guys just hearing me ramble on for 15-20 minutes. So thank you so much to Willie and John for coming on. Y'all gonna hear more from them on a regular basis. They are part of the crew now, so so be sure to follow the Inspired Geeks podcast on YouTube, which is what you're watching now. Facebook page, we got an Insta, Inspired Geeks, Inspired_Geeks _podcast on Insta, and you can follow me at Will Ward 87 on Insta too. Y'all can drop y'all social medias or
shameless plug. Go ahead,
shameless plug.
You guys can follow me at this that fit guy JoJo. That fit guy _JoJo. Not really on Facebook, but mostly on Instagram. So
okay,
yeah,
there you go. Y'all can follow me on Snapchat. I think it's Will Mo Yonkers too. Facebook just Will Morton II. Twitter is something else crazy. I think at GroovyFlacco6.
Okay. All right. Good discussion, y'all. Always feedback is welcome. We're growing. If you would like to be on an episode in the future, if you're a cosplayer, filmmaker, and you're doing geek stuff, we'd love to hear from you. Also, be on the lookout. We may have a sponsor within the cosplay community. So we'll probably do a video, well, a live feed from our actual cosplay event. So be on the lookout for that. Until next time, this is Will, and we will see you in the next episode. Peace.